Welcome back to Shall We Stamp. Today we're going to be making a birthday card using the Flower Shop stamp set and the amazing birthday stamp set, as well as our new in colors for 2015 to 2017. And this is the card that we're going to be making. We're going to be using the Watermelon Wonder cardstock, also our Whisper White. We're going to be doing the Bo Ho Chic Embossing folder. We're going to be stamping Watermelon Wonder on Watermelon Wonder cardstock, that's a mouthful, and punching it out with the Pansy Punch. And then we're going to also stamp in Cucumber Crush and stamping it out with the Pansy Punch, and then we're going to be cutting those out to use for our leaves that are going to be behind the flower. And then we're going to use a new rimmed pearl button. So we're going to be using these rimmed new pearl buttons on this flower as well. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our cardstock, which is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to fold it at 4 1/4, and then use our bone folder to make a crisp crease on the Whisper White, which is going to be our card base. The next layer is going to be the Watermelon Wonder, too many W's, Watermelon Wonder, which is 4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to use our snail adhesive and attach this to our card base. And you just need a little bit of adhesive because it does hold pretty well. You can also use fast fuse if you choose to do that. So when we place our cardstock down, we're going to have a little bit of a border. Alright, I went ahead, now we're going to run our piece of Whisper White cardstock, which is 3 3/4 by 5, through the Bo Ho Chic Embossing folder, which I've already done to speed up the process. And as you can see, it's got these really nice diamonds, and this goes well with the Bohemian Designer Series paper. So we're going to go ahead and attach this to our cardstock of Watermelon Wonder. And again, I'm using my adhesive, my snail adhesive. And sometimes when you use the embossing folders, you do want to put maybe a little bit more adhesive just so that it holds. And again, we're just going to lay this in here. There's going to be another about, a little bit of border around the outside. And I just eyeball mine for the most part. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the stamp set of Happy, Happy, Happy from the Amazing Birthday. And we're going to stamp that on a piece of cardstock of Whisper White using the Watermelon Wonder, which I've already done. And I've ran it through the label framelits, which are retired. And then what I did was the label framelits do have another little loop that comes out here, and I just cut it down on the sides so that it just changes the look of that particular cut. And then I also did the same thing with the Whisper White with the next size framelit, and then I did the same thing to cut it down. So I went ahead and stamped that ahead of time just to make it speed up the process a little bit. We're going to go ahead and adhere this again using our snail. And we're just going to layer that on here. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, even though I did put my snail, I think I'm going to use glue dots to hold it up. And that's just going to pop it up to give it a little bit more dimension. So we're just going to put 4 dimensionals. You can never have enough dimensionals. So we're going to go ahead and put these on here. And as you can see, it's got a backing to it. So we're going to place that on here and get that lined up. Okay, so that's ready to go. And what we'll do is we'll adhere that here, but I want to wait first and cut out my flowers. So the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this flower from the Flower Shop set, and this is clear mount. It also comes in wood as well. In the clear mount, you just push some pressure down to get your stamp to adhere to your clear mount, and then we're going to ink this up, and we're going to stamp it color on color. So we're going to stamp 2 of these flowers onto our cardstock, and then we're going to clean our stamp set, which is really important. You need to use your stamp and scrub as well as your stamping mist, which helps. Alright, so let me move my ink out of the way. So we're going to pull that out of the way, and then one of the other things that we're going to do is we're going to punch out a 7/8 circle with a scallop circle punch. So let's go ahead and punch out the 2 flowers, and this will need to line up, and it just takes a little bit of practice to get it lined up, and there is a little technique that we'll show you in another video of how you can make sure you get this lined up pretty well. So let me punch these out, And sometimes you have to cut off the corner to make it work, so let's do that. And let's get this centered up. And if you can see that, you'll see we'll get it pretty close. Alright, so we've done that. And now we're going to punch out a scallop 7/8 circle. And that's what we're going to use for our pearl. We set all that to the side. And now we're going to stamp that flower one more time using our cucumber crush. And this is what we're going to make leaves out of it. So it's going to be the same flower, but we're going to make it look like leaves. So we're going to stamp that again, and you want to make sure that you clean off your ink pad. You clean your stamp on your ink pad. And we're going to punch this out one more time. Let's go ahead and get that done. Again, we need to cut off our corner so we can get it into punch. And we're going to punch this out. Okay, and now we'll start building our flower. Set all that to the side. So we're going to go ahead and take our 2 flowers and we're going to adhere them with, just going to use snail adhesive. And then once we get this done, then we're going to use our bone folder and we're going to fold these up a little bit. So actually we're going to do that now. So take your bone folder and just kind of curl up the flowers just a little bit, just to give them a little bit of texture and make them look like they're actually folding. And then we're going to do the same thing with the ones on the bottom. Just curl them up just a little bit, and you can also curl the top ones. Alright, and then we're going to adhere this flower in the back, but we're going to trim these out because we're going to make these look like they're some leaves. And we're just going to glue these with adhesive, and you can place them wherever you feel appropriate. So I'm just going to stick them on here and make it look like they've got some leaves hanging out. And we'll put some adhesive on the back of this. Alright, so we'll put one here, and we'll probably put one, let's put one up here so it's off to the side a little bit, this one. Okay, so that's going to be our flower. Now we're going to attach this little piece with another glue dot, and pardon me for reaching in front of you. So we're going to put that on here. Now I didn't stamp it with anything, which I probably should have because it's going to look a little bit plain, but we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we're going to put one of these new silver rimmed pearls on the back. So we're just going to peel off the adhesive. Of course, it makes it a little bit harder when you have fingernails. Put that right on there. Doesn't that look nice? Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and add this to our card. So we're going to use our adhesive. Put this right on here. Alright, and then we're going to attach our flower. And I think we'll just lay this down since it's already popped up. And we'll put that right about like that. I think we need another flower, another leaf under here. Let's see. Let's do that. Add one more leaf. It looks a little odd, off-centered. There we go. Oops. Okay, put that one in here. There we go. Well, for some reason I've got glue all over my fingers now. Hang on a minute, let's get this little guy in here. Right, put that there. Okay, and add some adhesive. And right, and we'll put that right about there. Alright, and there you go. There's a quick, easy card that you can do using 2 stamp sets and some new ink colors. If you need any more information at the end of the video, I'll have a list of the materials used, and you can always reach out to me at shallwestamp.com or email me at dawn@shallwestamp.com.